out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Now on NBC Palm Springs, a celebration of life for baby Emmanuel Haro is being held in Beaumont this evening. We hear from organizers ahead. Plus, one popular sports team has issued fans an apology after an offensive message praising ICE was displayed on the arena's scoreboard. We have those details coming up.
We're tracking gorgeous weather with a slight cool down midweek. Your NBC Palm Springs starts now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tiani Jadaling. A celebration of life for Emmanuel Haro, the 7-month-old baby who was reported missing over 3 months ago, is being held in Beaumont this evening. That's tonight's top story. This comes after Emmanuel's father, Jake Haro, pled guilty to murder, child endangerment, and filing a false police report earlier this week at the Riverside Hall of Justice. The baby's mother, Rebecca, is being charged with 2 crimes, murder and filing a false report. Organizers telling us tonight's event is to remember and celebrate the infant's life.
Instead of it being so negative and it just being a negative thought on our mind and something negative that we're dealing with, I'm trying to make it something positive for the kids and for everybody to know that children are our future, you know. Let's make it brighter and better for them.
Organizers telling us the event is free and open to the public. And you're looking at some footage that was caught by a Coachella Valley neighbor and posted on the Neighbors app. According to the Riverside County Sheriff's Department, this happened at 12:20 this afternoon. Deputies located a vehicle near Washington Avenue and Avenue of the States. An individual inside the vehicle was a wanted suspect. Deputies attempted a vehicle stop, but the suspect failed to yield, so a pursuit was initiated. With the assistance of the sheriff's aviation and canine units, the pursuit was terminated. Initially, the suspect refused to exit the vehicle, but ultimately surrendered and was taken into custody without incident. At this time, an investigation is ongoing. And we're taking a live look now from our Agua Caliente Casino camera in downtown Palm Springs. A couple people out there enjoying the beautiful temps this Sunday evening. Kai Beach is in the Weather Center with your forecast.
What a gorgeous weekend when it came to weather. Beautiful conditions out there, bright blue skies. Yesterday we saw a high of 91 degrees. Normally it's 90, so just above average. And today just a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. Here on the valley floor, West End, Palm Springs 92, East End, Indio 90 degrees. Up the hill, Joshua Tree 81. You're going to Big Bear looking at 68 degrees. And our friends in Idaho, that's a nice 72 degrees. For the wind gust, big story a few weeks ago. Today, not a big deal at all. 7 miles an hour. Palm Springs International Airport, Whitewater, we're looking at 9 miles an hour near I-10. When it comes to that air quality, yesterday we were deemed good. Today we are moderate. You're looking for some good air quality, go to Long Beach or perhaps Newport Beach. Tonight's evening walk forecast, go outside, enjoy it. 8 o'clock, high 70s, 10 o'clock, mid 70s. So you're still up at midnight. We're looking at low 70s. Gorgeous out there. Low temps tonight, Big Bear. You might want to grab a jacket. Below freezing, 28 degrees. Here in the Palm Springs area, might want to sleep with your windows open. We're looking at 64 degrees. For Monday, temperatures ramp up just a bit. 93 in Palm Springs. Cap is on 90. We'll go ahead and take a look at that Comfort Air 3-day forecast. Monday, Tuesday, temperatures go up, but Wednesday they drop down to the low 80s, and those overnight lows go from mid 60s to low 60s. Full forecast coming up in just a bit.
We thank Kai for that weather update. And more local news, the JW Marriott is spicing up the spookiness as we inch closer to Halloween. The hotel is hosting spooktacular boat rides this month. You're looking at some footage of those spooky boats on your screen. Guests and locals are invited to a thrilling cruise featuring eerie lighting, a costume crew, and haunting melodies. Each boat ride is 25 minutes. The boats are decorated and you can enjoy sweet and savory snacks. Available dates are October 24th, the 25th, and the 31st from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Reservations can be made through the newsroom tab on our website. That's NBCPalmSprings.com. And the Angel Light Academy honored 10 community members who demonstrate excellence in leadership and service at the 18th Annual Above and Beyond Awards. All the honorees have been recognized for their proven excellence in the community leadership. The honorees come from diverse backgrounds, from business to youth advocacy to philanthropy. We heard from organizers this evening.
Close to 300 honorees, and they come together on tonight for what we like to say is sort of like a heroes program, but there isn't a winner. Everybody's recognized as equally important. Their impacts are relative to the sectors of the community that they serve.
We congratulate all of those that were honored this evening. The event was held at the Classic Club. And the Coachella Valley has long taken pride in its vibrant art scene. Now a group of local artists is opening their studios and showcasing their work during a free monthly event. Our digital exclusive, Kai the Deal Guy, has more on what's happening at the Perez Art District in Cathedral City.
Art is so powerful right now because it hits us in our heart, gives us something to look at and think about in a way that we can't always communicate with words.
On the fourth Friday of each month, a collection of art galleries transforms into a massive free art experience. The Perez Art District Art Walk.
I think it's an eye-opener to see how many artists there are here and also to see their work.
It's an event where artists open their studios and invite the public inside their creative spaces, all for free.
The goal of the Art Walk is to connect with the community. As artists, we don't always get to be exposed to people, let them see our process.
Painter and sculptor Ann Bedrick calls this area the most vibrant art hub in the Coachella Valley, attracting collectors and art lovers from around the world.
I think what it's got going for it the most is you can meet the artist here, and you can also get something that's just really original.
It's incredible. I mean, we have such an array of artists here, and they're all so talented. So to give them a voice and a place to show their work, it's pretty fantastic.
This art walk runs September through May from 4 to 7 p.m., offering an incredible deal: free admission, live art, and a chance to meet more than 50 local artists, showcasing their creativity all in one place.
In news around the region, a West Covina family's funeral turned into a nightmare when the wrong body was placed in the casket. Now they're suing Forest Lawn over what they call an unthinkable mistake. Hunter Sowards has the details.
He was our big teddy bear, the big heart.
For loved ones of Joey Espinoza.
Had a heart of gold. He was like a son to me.
Instead of mourning his life cut short from heart failure at just 44, they showed up to his funeral and had to live another nightmare.
They didn't know where my nephew's body was.
Joey's aunt, Laura Lavario, says when they got to Forest Lawn in West Covina that morning and entered the room selected for his services, she knew something was very wrong. The flowers they selected were there, but when they looked in the casket,
I noticed the body wasn't my nephew's, and the coffin that we picked out wasn't. I'm thinking, like, what's going on?
Lavario says when staff directed the family to another room, it was also the wrong body. She says it took them over an hour to locate Joey and start the service. And that's when a bad situation somehow got even worse. Amidst the chaos, Laura's husband was so stressed, he had a heart attack in the middle of the chapel.
She told me that I collapsed. I woke up 3 days later, out of life support in a hospital. It's the worst experience we've had, you know.
The family is now suing Forest Lawn, who called the situation a scheduling error.
Instead of coming and visiting with their husband and nephew and It said they're searching for a body.
The family says Forest Lawn offered $200 compensation for a nearly $20,000 service.
When you're spending that much money to a place like Forest Lawn, you would think that they would do things properly.
Telling the funeral home to correct what they call an unthinkable situation.
It was horrible.
The San Jose Sharks have issued fans an apology after a message praising ICE was displayed on the arena's scoreboard. The incident happened during Saturday's game against the Pittsburgh Penguins, which also happened to be the team's Hispanic Heritage Night. During the first intermission, fans booed as the scoreboard displayed a message saying, quote, "SJ Shark fans love ICE. Get 'em, boys." The NHL team posted a statement on X later in the game saying the offensively worded message had been externally submitted and was inadvertently displayed. This is now an investigation into finding the origin of this message. Still ahead here on NBC Palm Springs, a robbery at the Louvre in Paris, France. We have details on what France's culture minister is saying ahead. Plus, Spotify is announcing plans to collaborate with several well-known music groups to develop AI products. We have those details after the break. You're watching NBC Palm Springs. Stay with us.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
In Arlington, a longtime mural in a neighborhood was removed to make way for McDonald's improvement project. The area was once a predominantly black community that included the city's first African-American fire station. Dominic Moody has the story.
Remnants of a once vibrant mural honoring the life and legacy of African Americans within Arlington's Halls Hill Highview Park neighborhood, now reduced to cinder blocks.
Take something that has some cultural and historical significance and at least, preserve it or find a way to give some kind of homage to it.
The remaining bricks show a small portion of life inside the community, like this section highlighting some of the city's first black firefighters.
Just disappointed, really disappointed. Disappointed, lack of respect for the artists and the community and the artists.
Roderick Turner is the artist behind this mural, which includes young boys and girls, a part of the Langston Brown Community Center, the neighborhood turkey bowl, abolitionist and Howard Law professor John Mercer Langston, and the city's first all-black volunteer firefighting unit. Turner says he's upset by the demolition of the mural and wants future generations to know the history of the community.
It's rough. It's really sad for the community, though. I think it's a sad day. Artwork is, in our culture, is very important because it shows our culture, the importance of our culture.
Turner tells News 4 he completed the mural more than 30 years ago and returned to repaint it in 2020. He says he received positive feedback from the community. Residents tell News 4 the McDonald's has been closed for months for a reconstruction project to improve the McDonald's. Arlington Now reporting the decision to renovate was due to structural concerns for the reason to remove the mural's concrete wall. Turner says he would like the chance to come back and paint a new mural if given the opportunity.
Especially if the community, woke up one day and the wall was gone. Because personally, I knew how attached it was and important to that community. Well, I hope I hope I'm allowed to do it again. Hopefully I can do it.
In news around the world, it's a heist straight out of the movies. Thieves stealing priceless jewels from the world-famous Louvre in Paris early this morning. France's culture minister says the robbery happened as the museum opened. At least 3 masked men used a ladder mounted on the back of a truck to break in through a window, then reportedly used a staff elevator to get into the Apollo Gallery, where France's crown jewels are kept. The thieves made off with 8 items of jewelry and escaped on a moped. So far, there are no reports of injuries, and the Louvre says it will remain closed for the day. Meanwhile, an investigation is underway. And the No Kings protests against President Donald Trump took place not just here in the U.S., but overseas too. In London, several hundred people protested outside the U.S. Embassy, some holding signs reading, quote, "Impeach and remove," and, quote, "You have no friends here." And in Berlin, hundreds more gathered outside the Brandenburg Gate. One protester said they were standing up for democracy worldwide.
We feel it's important to speak out when we see things that not only that we don't agree with, but things that are really detrimental to society. And that's what this is. The Trump administration, the MAGA movement, and it's not just in the United States, but it's globally. It's around the world. It affects everybody.
These protests again taking place both here in the U.S. and globally throughout Saturday. And in consumer news, Spotify is announcing plans to collaborate with Sony Music Group, Universal Music Group, Warner Music Group, and Merlin in hopes to develop responsible artificial intelligence products. In a press release, the company says the move will empower the artists and songwriters they represent and connect them with the fans who support them. Spotify says that it is making significant investments in AI research and product development, including a new AI research lab and product team. However, the company did not specify what AI tools are in development, but says all products will put artists and songwriters first. Spotify outlined 4 principles the collaboration will focus on, including partnerships with record labels, distributors and music publishers, choice and participation, fair compensation, new revenue, and artist-fan connection. The company says it hopes to bring on additional rights holders and distributors over time. We're taking a live look now from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera out there in the east end of the valley. Some beautiful temps here in the Coachella Valley. Your full forecast with Kai Beach is next.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Welcome back. We're taking a live look from our Walter Clark High 111 camera in Rancho Mirage. Not too many people out there. Shane could be enjoying some beautiful temps here in the Coachella Valley. Kai Beach is in the Weather Center with your full forecast.
The weather this weekend, well, that's the reason we live here in the desert. Absolutely gorgeous out there. Today's high, 92 degrees, normally 90, so it's slightly above average conditions, but not near that record high of 111 degrees. Now, I'm seeing a lot more people coming to the valley, a lot of out-of-state license plates. Take a look at the weather people are leaving behind. Denver, Colorado, 80 degrees. Dallas, 76. Our friends in Minneapolis, Minnesota, 60 degrees. Seattle, that looks chilly, 58 degrees, and our friends in the Bay, we're looking at 65 degrees. Today's highs, east end of the valley, Indio, 90 degrees. West end, Palm Springs, 92. Up the hill, Joshua Tree, 81. Idlewild, 72. And Big Bear City, just a 2-hour drive away, we're looking at high 60s. For tonight, you might want to sleep with the windows open if you're here on the desert floor. We're looking at a cool 64 degrees in Palm Springs, Thousand Palms 62. Take a look at Big Bear, below freezing. That is chilly, 28 degrees, but it does seem nice. Tomorrow's morning walk forecast, another gorgeous day in the desert. 6 o'clock, 64 degrees. 8 o'clock, we're looking at high 60s, and by noon, we're around the mid 80s. Tomorrow, the high temperatures, a mix of 80s and 90s on the boards. The high, Rancho Mirage, 96. The lows, we're looking at Yucca Valley and in Idlewild, both in the low 80s. For tomorrow, temperatures rise just a bit. Palm Springs, 93 degrees. You want to head to the coast, you're going to look at high 70s. The waves out there, 2 to 3 feet. Go out there, have some fun, and enjoy it. By Tuesday, temperatures rise again. We're looking at 94 degrees at Palm Springs. Cabazon, some bargain shopping around 87 degrees. 7-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. Monday and Tuesday, temperatures rise, but take a look at Wednesday, down to the low 80s. Temperatures start to go right back up, and then overnight lows go from mid to low 60s.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broad?
And now, NBC Palm Springs Sports with Caitlin Kelly, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
It was a championship Sunday for the desert as the Coachella Valley Scorpions traveled to Seattle to compete in the National Pickleball League title match. From the opening serve, the Scorpions were absolutely dominant, controlling the pace and momentum from start to finish in one of their most complete overall performances this season.
Championship point. Second time. Ooh, that's just that's it. Coachella Valley, the Scorpions are your 2025 National Pickleball League champions.
And with that killer ace, the Scorpions dethroned the #1 team in the country, the Seattle Tsunami, to officially win their first ever NPL championship. And the Coachella Valley Firebirds hit the ice today in Bakersfield against the Condors. The Firebirds jumped out to a 3-1 lead in the first period, but the Condors would come roaring back. Regulation gameplay would end in a tie at 4 apiece, with the Condors ultimately scoring in overtime to win 5-4. The Firebirds' next game is this Wednesday in San Jose against the Barracuda. Tough loss for the Birds, but they're definitely trending in the right direction. That'll do it for sports. I'm Caitlin Kelly.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
There's a scary new movie at the top of the weekend box office. Rick DeMagella has the countdown.
We all like going back in time and imagining how things could have gone differently.
Roofman fell from second place, landing in 5th on ticket sales of $3.7 million.
I'm creating a closed circuit.
One battle after another dropped to 4th with $4 million.
Can you keep a secret? I'm an angel.
Good Fortune debuted in 3rd with $6.2 million.
So much talk of AI and big tech today.
Tron Ares failed to reboot in its second weekend in theaters, adding $11.1 million to its $54.6 million domestic total.
Have you heard of the Grabber? I killed him.
The horror sequel Black Phone 2 killed the competition with $26.5 million. That number places it just ahead of the original flick, which released in summer of 2022 to a $23.6 million debut. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
A piece of television history just hit the market. The home featured on the 90s teen drama Dawson's Creek is for sale for the first time since it was built nearly 150 years ago. The 4-bedroom house sits on nearly 2 acres in Wilmington, North Carolina, and includes a private dock. That's something fans of the show are familiar with. Iconic scenes like Joey Potter crawling through the window into Dawson's bedroom were also shot outside the house. The house itself has quite the history. It was built using wood from shipwrecked schooner and moved to its current location over log rollers pulled by a single horse. Although the listing says it is livable, the house needs a lot of work due to its age. It also doesn't come cheap. It's listed at $3.2 million, that is. Wow, lots of history there. Well, you're watching NBC Palm Springs. We're back right after the break.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy. And Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Be sure not to miss anything.
Just in time for Halloween, a lobster in costume. This rare crustacean was caught in a trap but now lives at the Northeastern University's Marine Science Center. Meet Jack-o'-lantern, or Jackie for short, the calico lobster. This rare lobster was caught off the coast of Massachusetts, and her striking orange and black coloring sent her right to Northeastern University's Marine Science Center. A lobster man donated her, and now school kids will get to learn about her. Some interesting facts about Jackie: she's 1 in 30 million. Her coloring is a result of the mixing of chemical compounds found in crustaceans. Experts say this could be a genetic trait, and researchers at Northwestern hope to look into that. Well, Jackie's ready for Halloween. Well, thank you for joining us. We're back here at 11.